Visualization is a powerful tool. It helps us learn. We can use it to picture ourselves in different situations. This helps us find solutions. Teachers can use this too. They can imagine their classroom. They can anticipate problems before they happen. This helps them manage their emotions. It also helps them teach better. Our subconscious plays a big role. It shapes how we teach and learn. Visualization is especially important in three-dimensional character animation. Artists need to imagine their characters. They need to see them move in their minds. This helps them create believable and engaging animations. By teaching students to visualize, we empower them to become better animators. Teaching is more than just delivering information. It's about creating a positive learning environment. This starts with the teacher's mindset. A positive outlook can be infectious. It can inspire students to learn and grow. When teachers believe in their students, students start to believe in themselves. This is particularly true in creative fields like animation. Students need to feel safe to experiment and make mistakes. A positive learning environment fosters creativity and innovation. Learning should be an engaging and emotional experience. It shouldn't be confined to textbooks and lectures. Teachers need to find creative ways to connect with their students. They need to make learning relevant to their lives. One way to do this is by incorporating storytelling into the curriculum. Stories have the power to captivate our imaginations. They can make complex concepts more relatable and easier to understand. In animation, storytelling is essential. It's what brings characters to life and makes us care about them. Our experiences shape who we are as teachers. The challenges we've faced, the lessons we've learned, they all contribute to our teaching style. It's important to draw upon these experiences. They can make our lessons more meaningful and relatable. For example, a teacher who has overcome adversity might be particularly adept at motivating students. They can share their story and show students that anything is possible with hard work and determination. Section 5. Inspiration from the world around. The world is full of inspiration. As teachers, we need to be observant. We need to constantly be on the lookout for new ideas and perspectives. This could be anything from a work of art to a conversation with a student. We should encourage our students to do the same. By teaching them to see the world through an artist's eyes, we can help them develop their own unique style and voice. The environment is our greatest teacher. Section 6. Storytelling and compressed knowledge. Movies are a powerful medium for storytelling. They pack a lot of information into a short amount of time. Think about your favorite films. They likely convey complex emotions, ideas, and themes in just a couple of hours. We can apply these same principles to teaching. By using film clips, trailers, and behind-the-scenes documentaries, we can engage students and teach them valuable lessons about animation, storytelling, and filmmaking. We can show them how professionals use animation to create compelling and memorable stories. Section 7. Engaging minds through innovation. Teaching should be a dynamic and interactive process. We need to find new and innovative ways to engage our students. Technology plays an important role in this. Animation software is constantly evolving. Teachers need to stay up to date with the latest tools and techniques. But technology is just a tool. The real innovation comes from the teacher's ability to use that tool effectively. It's about finding creative ways to present information, to challenge students, and to inspire them to learn. Section 8. The teacher's journey of empathy. Teaching is not just about imparting knowledge. It's about connecting with students on a human level. It's about understanding their challenges, their frustrations, and their aspirations. Empathy is crucial. When teachers genuinely care about their students, it shows. Students are more likely to be engaged and motivated when they feel supported and valued. The best teachers are lifelong learners. They are constantly seeking to improve their craft. They are open to new ideas and willing to experiment. Section 9. Building a dynamic curriculum. A well-designed curriculum is essential for effective teaching. It provides a roadmap for both the teacher and the students, but it shouldn't be rigid or inflexible. The curriculum should be a living document that evolves over time. It should be responsive to the needs of the students and the ever-changing landscape of the animation industry. We need to find a balance between structure and flexibility. We need to provide students with a solid foundation in the principles of animation, but we also need to give them the freedom to explore their creativity and develop their own unique styles. Animation is about bringing drawings to life. It's about creating the illusion of movement. Animators are like actors, but they use drawings instead of their bodies. Disney's 12 principles of animation are the rules of the game. These principles were developed by Disney animators in the 1930s. They were based on years of experience and observation. The principles help animators create believable and engaging characters. They are still used today by animators all over the world. From classic films like Snow White to modern masterpieces like Frozen, these principles are evident. They help to create the magic that we see on screen. They give life to characters and make them move in a way that feels real. Understanding these principles is essential for anyone who wants to be an animator. They are the foundation upon which all great animation is built. Each of the 12 principles plays a specific role in creating believable movement. They work together to breathe life into animated characters and objects. Number 1, squash and stretch, shows how shapes change when objects move, like a bouncing ball. Number 2, anticipation, prepares the viewer for an action, making it more believable. Number 3, staging, presents the action clearly to the viewer, like a well-directed play. Number 4, straight-ahead action and pose-to-pose. Two different methods of animation, each with its own strengths. Number 5, follow-through and overlapping action, creates more realistic movement, like hair trailing behind a running character. Number 6, slow in and slow out. Objects in the real world accelerate and decelerate gradually, and animation reflects this. Number 7, arcs. Most natural motion follows a curved path, and animation mimics this. Number 8, secondary action, adds smaller actions to the main action, enriching the movement. Number 9, timing, the speed of the action, crucial for conveying weight and emotion. Number 10, exaggeration, pushing actions beyond reality for greater impact. Number 11, solid drawing, ensuring characters and objects have weight and volume. Number 12, appeal, making characters interesting and engaging for the viewer. Imagine a rubber ball bouncing. As it hits the ground, it squashes. As it bounces back up, it stretches. This squash and stretch give the ball a sense of weight and flexibility. In animation, squash and stretch are used to give a sense of weight and volume to characters and objects. It is used to make objects look like they are moving in a believable way. Think of a character jumping. Their legs will squash as they land and stretch as they take off. This squash and stretch make the jump feel more impactful. Anticipation is like winding up a spring. Before you release it, you have to pull it back. This wind-up creates a sense of anticipation in the viewer. In animation, anticipation is used to prepare the viewer for an action. This could be a simple action, like a character raising their hand to wave. Or it could be a more complex action, like a character preparing to jump over a chasm. Section 5, staging, directing the viewer's eye. Staging is about directing the viewer's eye to where the action is. It's like setting up a stage for a play. In animation, staging is about making it clear what is happening and what is important. This means placing characters and objects in a way that is easy to see and understand. Think about a conversation between two characters. You want the viewer to focus on their faces and expressions. Good staging will ensure that the viewer is not distracted by other elements in the scene. Section 6, straight-ahead action and pose-to-pose approaches to animation. Straight-ahead action and pose-to-pose are two different ways to animate. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. Straight-ahead action is when you animate one frame after another. This is good for creating fluid dynamic movements like a bird flying. Pose-to-pose is when you plan out the key poses of an action and then fill in the frames in between. This is good for creating more controlled and expressive movements like a character talking. Section 7, constructive alignment, a framework for effective learning. Constructive alignment is a way of teaching that helps students learn more effectively. It starts with the learning outcomes. What do we want students to be able to do? Then we design our teaching and assessment around these outcomes. In animation, we can use constructive alignment to teach the 12 principles. We start by identifying the specific skills and knowledge that students need to learn. Then we design activities and assignments that allow students to practice these skills. For example, if we want students to learn about anticipation, we might have them animate a ball bouncing. This activity would allow them to practice creating a sense of anticipation in their animation. Section 8. Hands-on learning, the key to mastering animation. Animation is a hands-on skill. You can't learn it just by reading about it, you have to do it. That's why practical learning is so important in animation education. Students need to have the opportunity to experiment with different techniques and to get feedback on their work. In my animation classes, I provide students with plenty of opportunities for hands-on learning. They work on individual and group projects, and they have access to industry-standard software. Section 9. Continuous feedback, the path to improvement. Feedback is essential for learning any new skill, and animation is no exception. Students need to know what they're doing well and what they need to work on. I provide my students with continuous feedback throughout the course. I give them feedback on their assignments, their in-class work, and their overall progress. I believe that feedback should be timely, specific, and actionable. It should help students to identify their strengths and weaknesses and to develop their skills further. By providing continuous feedback, I help my students to become better animators. I also help them to develop the critical thinking skills they need to succeed in the animation industry.